Why is the physicality, bodily self always the primary reference of everything? Pleasure, identity, ego, just on and on and on. Why is that always the why? I could just try to say it nicely and just say, as I have observed, why is the self put so primary? I think the proof is in the pudding. What about one's own very being? What about that? The very internal foundations that is you or me or anyone else in their own singular, their own individual singularity. Everybody out there is their own individual person. Not a performance, not a social conformity, not a part that does things to fit in. That is forced to perform based on social shame, social failure, cultural failure, anything of the sort. Under all of that nonsense, there is a singular individual, a singular being. Every single person. It's not an identity. It's not a social or cultural nonsense. And again, authenticity is excluded by default. And when I say nonsense, I'm only speaking of nonsense, not my idea of nonsense. Underneath all of it, everyone out there is their own singular being, person, etc. Every dynamic layer of a person is their own. Why is that not ever focused on? Why is it only always regarding the self and everything with the body, physical pleasures, ego pleasures, identity, just, you name it? And then even, like, you see people going in deeper references, but they're still standing on the surface. There's no depth if you're still at the surface. If you're trying to express something deep and all you're doing is referencing physicality referenced pleasures or entanglements, etc., like experiences only to do with physicality, mentality, identity, and all that stuff, you're still at the surface. You're not deep at all. Depth is the depth of one's own singular being. That is depth of experience, understanding, etc. Not, what depth makes me physically pleased, egotistically pleased, etc. Examples of that sort. That's not depth. That's superficial pleasure. Of a deeper example, if the starting point and end point is the surface, I don't look at it as depth at all. Me, I operate in the opposite way. I apologize because internally, my internal being is always first for me. Comes into there and out from there. I experience everything here, outward. I express from here, outward. I am from here, outward. So that's how I speak. Except, I don't really ever see that referenced. Even to go within is still from a superficial level, surface level. That means you're on the surface and you got to go in. It's like, well, I've only ever been in there, so what's deeper than that? Not me. The essence of life. Have a nice day.